Good day, kings and queens. I hope that you guys are being amazing, shining bright, and staying true to you. Um, Staying true to your heart space, staying true to who you are, and walking in the confidence that God has given you, because we know that our confidence comes from God. That's an internal thing. Just being the being of a human being and being who you are and establishing your name and making a mark through the uniqueness of who you are. This is just a motivational word, and I'm just going to allow God to lead me to say whatever He puts into my heart. So I started this video to say we all have titles, we all have jobs to do, we all have tasks in this life. Which is funny that I'm saying that, because when I was speaking about God, I was using the same reference, and I was like, okay, well, God has all these names, God has all these titles, God have all these roles, and He plays them very well. Like, He plays the father, He plays the friend, He plays the teacher, the leader, the guider, the shepherd, the healer, the redeemer, all of those things, the deliverer. He has an interchangeable name to fit the role, to fit the helper, to fit the need in the time that we call upon Him, right? So, this message is going a little deeper than I wanted to go. So with that, if we're called to be reflective nature, or to have the reflective nature of Christ, if we're called to have the reflection of God, if we're called to be able to say that when I look in the mirror I can see God, or when God looks back at me I'm seeing an image, I'm seeing the mold, I'm seeing the creation, I'm seeing what he sees me in Him, and I see myself and I see Him in myself, right? So I want us to think always on that level. When it's time for you to play those roles that God called you to be. When God called you to be a friend, when God called you to be a mother, when God called you to be a father, when God called you to be a basketball coach, a football coach, a worship leader, a cheer coach, a songwriter, whatever God has placed on you to be, a sister, a brother, a auntie, a uncle. How are you playing that role? How are you allowing your titles to fit? And when He's calling you to be a worker in His kingdom, He's giving you assignments, He's giving you tasks. My God, He's giving you tasks, He's giving you understanding to do those tasks with His will so He can complete it. Right? We have to complete those tasks, and when we don't complete those tasks, we fail. The task has been aborted. The mission has been failed. The assignment did not be, oh God, you didn't live out the assignment. And that could be for anything. Like, we fail at things that God gives us at times. He gives us tests. Not always that you're gonna like. Like, you can start a new job at work and you could probably hate what you're doing. You probably are not understanding what God's calling you to do, but He still wants you to show up. He still wants you to be committed to that. He still wants you to serve. He still wants you to be in it for the long haul, because you don't know what's on the other side of it. Imagine if you calling out to Him and you're asking Him to be a friend to you in that nature. And I want us to always think about, yes, God moves in the spirit, and He also moves in the physical realm. So if He's moving in the spiritual realm as being your friend, and then in the physical realm He's delivering friendships to you, He's delivering friends, He's bringing back friendship connections, He's answering you, and He's showing you that once you seek me, I'm going to deliver these things to you. When you get down, when you pray to me for a wife or for a husband, I'm going to be that to you until I can deliver it in the physical. If you're calling to me for a friend, I'm going to, like I just said, I'm going to be your friend until I can give it to you in the physical. If you're calling me for to be a father, to be a mother. I'm going to be that until you're going to receive that in the physical. We have to understand that that's when God says, seek ye first the kingdom of righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. Seek God first, and he's going to get it started in the spirit. Everything starts in the spiritual realm first, and then you're going to see it. You may be having issues in your family dynamic, but God's like, call unto me. I'm going to heal that. I'm going to be the healer in that. And watch how you see the difference in your mother. Watch how you see the difference in your father. Watch how you see the difference in your friend. Not your friends, but your brothers and your cousins and your sisters. Call unto me, and I'm going to make those things change, because we cannot fight the battle on our own. We have to be equipped and know that God is fighting this for us in the physical, in the spiritual realm, and then you're going to see the results in the physical realm, right? You have an issue at your job. You're not sure of what's going on with the crew that you work with or the people that are around you. You're feeling like you're isolated. You feeling like you stand out. You feel like they're always talking about you, or you feel like you're not going to be able to get along with them because you guys are totally different. But the next week, after you said to God and pray about that, the next week he's delivering you he's having someone at the lunch table that's like, hey, you know God? Hey, you want to come to church with me? Hey, you want to come to Bible study? Hey, you want to join the prayer line? Hey. So we have to be obedient when God is asking us to speak up. We have to be obedient when God is saying, hey, you know what? When this person comes here today, I need you to speak a word. When you see this young lady who has, and sometimes you don't have to, God doesn't necessarily always give you, like, he does, actually. I'm not going to say that, but he does give you clarification. He does give you confirmation. He does give you signs to know what you're about to see. And sometimes you don't pick it up until you're in the moment, until you're in that now, until you have been like, you know what? Whatever I'm asking God for, I'm asking God to do this for me. I've been asking God, to send me people in my life that love God, that serves God, that's willing to understand God more, that's willing to understand the heart space, that's willing to just pursue the purpose. And then here you got these new people just coming in your lives. You've been asking God to shift things because you no longer want to be the same. And God's like, okay, close that door. Something new is coming. Open this door. I have something great for you behind this. God always shows up, but are we receiving what God is asking or giving, I should say? You asked, but are you getting what you asked for? But please be careful. That's why I always say test those spirits, because you could have prayed for something and you've gotten the fake version of it. You got the off-brand version of it. You got the generic brand of it. You wanted the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, but you end up getting the Wrigley's Crispy Flakes. You wanted the Kellogg's Corn Pops, but you got the Wrigley's Pop Pop. You wanted the General Mills Smacks, but you got the Wrigley Smack'ems. You get what I'm saying? Like it looks similar. It tasted a little bit about the same, but you recognize that the Fruity Pebbles was Fruity Rice. The Fruity Pebbles was the Fruity Pebbles you thought you was getting. The gems in the bucket you thought you was getting was not the same. It was not. The ones with the rice ones, they got a little bit soggy faster, and they didn't taste quite the same. It became an acquired taste instead of a sweet aroma to you. Like you're like, okay, well, I don't really want this. Like this ain't for me. This has to be somebody else's blessing. Oh, are y'all following along with this? Because I'm excited about how God's giving this to me. Like what? Like we have to be aware of what we see and begin to ask questions. Begin to ask, my God, is this what you want from me? Why did you send this to me? Like it could be a person, a place, or thing, whatever it is. God, did you send me here? God, is this person my friend? God, reveal to me the intentions of their heart space. Reveal to me the intentions of this job. Reveal to me the intentions of what I'm going through. Reveal to me how you want me to push through this. Because I was operating over here and I was in the wrong operating room. I'm supposed to be in room 311, but I'm over here in 516. We have to make sure that we are walking in alignment with God has already stated for us, unless we cause delays. We cause self-sabotage in our own life because it looked like it was the real thing. It kind of felt like the real thing. But then when you get to start really getting into them details, because I always say focus on the details, understand the details, get into them stitching, you see that the stitch is different. Because we know that when God stitches thing, it's perfection. But when you was in looking at those stitches, you was like, this ain't got the same pattern flow. This pattern is not like the one I've seen before. This pattern is a little janky. This pattern got like all kind of knots and twists in it that does not align with how I've seen my maker sew. Jesus. Oh my God, y'all. Oh God, you're so good to me. You're so good to us. I just love you. But we have to make sure that we're understanding what we're seeing, what we're perceiving, what we're receiving. Because if we don't, then we start questioning, we start doubting, we start second guessing and being like, well, I failed again, or what is this going on? Because I don't quite get it. It's not clicking, Stephen. It's not clicking. But God's like, get out of there, because that's not where I sent you. And if he did send you there, it was for you to have that moment. It was temporary. A temporary assignment. You know how you guys, you can thinking about temp agencies, they give you like an assignment, or they give you like contracts, or they put you on like maybe a week assignment, a 3-month assignment, whatever the length would be, right? Hey, it could be just for a day, but you're no longer needed. It's like, thank you for your services, you've been paid, scoot on. But sometimes we want to extend it. We're still there when God's like, bro, you're only supposed to be there for 36 hours. You decide to take it upon yourself and extend it for 36 months. This is why, and sometimes I do understand that it's hard to close doors. I understand that we want something, sometimes we want something so bad that we'll just sit in it knowing that we're unhappy. And that's leading us out of desperation. Leading you into desperation. Leading you away from fulfillment. Leading you away from success. Leading you away from your promise. Leading you away from what God has in store, because you are sitting at the wrong table. You got a reservation for 4 over there at Rose and Glory. But you over here at the reservation for 4 at Kicks and Buckets. God's like, how did you get there? How did you let them people talk you into coming over there having a meal when I got nothing but the best, nothing but the finest, nothing but the fanciest table you could think about? But you over here in the dungeon with the ratchets. You deserve better. Get out of that peasantry syndrome. Get out of that mindset of poverty. Get out of that mindset of, and what I mean by that is the lack. The lack of the lack. Like you're lacking something, so you're trying to fill it. You're trying to fill it with things of the world because you're lacking something. Instead of you just waiting for for the person to meet you at the restaurant that you're supposed to be at. You didn't want to stay there because it seemed like it was a long wait. But God was like, you already had a reservation. You didn't have to wait. You just had to give them your name. Oh, God. You just had to give the folks your name. You was waiting in line, but God was like, no, baby, you got VIP. Go around the line. Go around the line. You're supposed to be over here at Rose and Glory. I made a table set for you. A table set for 4. But you decided to go over there because they was like, come on in. I'll seat you. being distracted because it was available. When all you had to do was go over there and say, I have a reservation for 4. Your name is already on the list. Your name is already, your spot is already predestined for you. You don't fight to fit in. You don't fight to have a way. If you're sitting there and you're noticing that, hey, something ain't right. When I ordered the meal was nasty. When I ordered the water tasted a little dirty. But over there at Rose and Glory, they give me pure water. They give me water that tastes amazing. Like I just went to the springs and got it. Like I met Jesus at the springs. Like I met Jesus at the well. It's great purified water. Sparkling spring water. But you got distracted at what was available for the moment. You over there eating that lean cuisine because you was hungry instead of waiting for that full course meal to be prepared with all the good ingredients. Just like how your mama make it. Just like how your grandma make it. But you was in a hurry. Like, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait no longer. So, I said a lot. And I'm going to go back and watch this because I feel like I need to put some of this, what I just put out, I need to encourage myself with it. Wait on God. That's the first thing I know that I stated about. But I want us to play our roles. That was the more of my video. Play your roles. And y'all see how the sun has just shifted onto my face. Like it wasn't dim, but you can see that I was like in the shade. But the sun is now peeking through. Follow the light, y'all. Follow the lamp upon your feet. Follow and be the light in this earth. Because we all have a role to play. We all have an assignment to do. We all have a task. We all are called to do something. You're not just here to waste your life. And it's not about jobs. It's not about getting the money. It's not about being a hustler. It's none of that. It's all about how can I give what's inside of me back to God. I was talking about this like gifting. I talk about gifts a lot. Like we're in a new month. Welcome to October. Woo woo woo. But I was saying in the month of September just about like gifts, purpose. Leading in your gifts, leading in your purpose. Figure out why you're here. If you could sit and have a conversation for somebody for 3 to 4 hours, baby, you might need to be a therapist. I don't like talking to people that long on the phone. I really don't. But if you could do it, be a therapist. Go to school, get your degree for that. That might be your calling. If you have the heart of empathy, meaning that you have the gift, like I on my podcast, y'all go listen to that podcast talking about gifts. If you can talk to people for hours and uplift them, and you can feel them into the depth of their soul, you have the gift of mercy. Ask God to help you with that. God, where you want me to be? Because I can go over here and be a counselor for the school. I could be a therapist in somebody's office. And what I mean by counselor for the school, like they have counselors where they can just go in and talk. And then they also have counselors where you can coach or help coach others. Well, what you want to do with your life? Well, let's get this. You say you want to be a basketball player. Let's go ahead and get this done. Let's go ahead and get done. Guidance counselors, right? You remember you go in there and they're supposed to help you achieve your next after you leave the school. You could do that. Gifts of encouragement. You want to operate in that? Be motivational. Start doing motivational quotes everywhere you go. Spread some light and joy to everywhere you go. Operate in your gifts. You don't have to be paid for that, but God's going to pay you anyways. He's going to make sure that you stay in a covering. He's going to make sure that there's food on your table. He's going to make sure that you have clothes on your back. No matter what it looks like. I'm telling y'all. Like, the more I just start looking at, I was telling my friend last night, like, I let go of the wheel. Like, I'm no longer in control. I don't have control over this. Like, I don't know if you guys, like, if you're new here, I do reference everything of life. I don't just talk about spiritual gospel music and the Bible. I use my whole life to learn from, okay? Good and bad. So just now, the song that came to me was my Janet Jackson, Control. If you still listen to that, to those type of music, if you still listen to R&B and stuff like that, go listen. I just don't want people to just go listen, but go listen. Because that song is talking about, like, just being in control of your life, just taking control of your life. And God, that's why I'm saying I'm not in control. I'm not in control. I release it. I release the control to God. I've given it to God. Because when I was in control, I had control issues. And I noticed that a lot with people around me these days. Like, I'm like, I don't want to be the boss that bad. I don't want to be the head chief in every situation. I don't want to be the head chef. I could be the sous chef sometimes. Hey, I could even be the person that put the plates on the table. I don't have to always be in the kitchen cooking. You get in the kitchen today. I'm going to sit back, sip my tea, and watch my TV. Like, I'm cool with that. But some people are not. Some people want to make the menu. Some people want to cook the whole meal. Some people want to go out and catch the food. Some people, like, they want to do it all. I'm like, I'm too young to die from stress. I don't want it. So if God's sending you help, let them folks help you. That's a word for somebody. This whole video is a word for somebody. But I hope that you're eating what you can. And I hope that you're also taking this back to God. Like, please test me. Like, if I'm telling you to test other people, test me too. Because I love you guys beyond what I can feel. Because whoever me watches, I may not know you, but you have a heart. I have a heart space for God's people. So I love you, and I want you to walk in light. I want you to walk in love. I want you to be honest. I want you to come to God as you are. God already know what you did. God already know what you doing. God already knows you gonna do it. Now, don't be mad when God becomes parental and you receive repercussions or punishments because of the things that you choose to do. When you start to harden your hearts, when you start to be rebellious, when you start to idolize, when you start to lie, when you start to kill, when you start to steal, when you start to destroy things, that is not of God. You woke up this morning on some sorry, you woke up this morning on some destruction mindset, go back to sleep. Go back in prayer. Start over again. Get off on like with the older people used to say, oh, somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Go back and go back and get up on the other side. On the righteous side, on the holy side, on the side of being graceful, on the side of being kind, on the side of being patient, on the side of having compassion. Because over here, we talk about the fruits of the Spirit. I talk about the fruits of the Spirit all the time. Because what is you doing if you're not trying to operate in them? You're not trying to birth them, right? We have to make sure that we're connecting in and allowing God to heal our heart spaces. Because our heart is wicked sometimes. Our heart can have... You can just be a bad spirit and you don't know it. And it could be because you are feeling frustrated. You could not want to serve the person that God has assigned to you. I've seen that happen multiple times. Many times. But that's okay, because God's going to send someone in that person's life to serve them, to help them get to where they need to be. We don't stress. We just take it back to God. I was telling on prayer line Bible study one night, I was like, yeah, I just be talking to God about it. Like, if I feel a way about people, I'm just going to tell my daddy on you. Like, I don't have time anymore. I'm not going back and forth with y'all. For what? It drains me. And I like being a happy camper. I found out the remedy for me having peace within me. I have found out the remedy for me being happy. I found out the remedy for me receiving the joy that I need every day. And it doesn't come from man. It does not come from the world. It comes from my God. So I'm not going to tell anybody to like turn your back on God. God's not going to come through for you, because he's always going to come through. He going to knock on your door. Is you going to get up? Is you going to be obedient? Are you going to follow him? Are you going to second guess him? When he said, drop that, I don't need you to do that anymore. Y'all, real quick before I close out this video, just a real quick testimony. God's been asking me to do something, and first of all, I don't like telling my testimonies all the time, because I feel like, God, that's just too much people in my business. But how are people going to grow, and how are people going to flourish and bloom if we're not willing to share our testimonies to show what God can help us overcome? So God's been asking me to do something, and I've been a little hesitant on doing it, because I'm like, God, is it you? And I was talking to one of my friends, and I was just like, she's like, yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I just want to make sure that I hear God. And I'm like, I'm the same way. But sometimes when God, that's the test. God want to see if you're going to really trust him and do what he's asking you to do. Because sometimes he's asked you to do some things that you're just like, you wouldn't ask me to do that. Like, I think we was talking about Bible study one night. Like, would God just ask you to quit your job, or would that be the enemy? And I was like, God could ask you to quit your job, because God has something else that's like he needs your full attentiveness for. And you can't be partial in it, right? He needs you to just jump on in it. So, and stand 10 toes down in it. So sometimes he doesn't want our attention to be distracted by certain things. So he's been asking me to do something, and I'm just like, God, are you sure? Are you sure? Like, but I can understand it, because it doesn't align with me anymore. It's not a part of my purpose anymore. Like, I did what I needed to do. Now, and it could have nothing to do with me. It could be the other. Like, when we have to understand, like, we're like magnets. Like, God matches you, right? Like, you've been matched. But let's say this side is eroding. Like, it's rusting. It's not. And what it's doing to you is cutting you. It's shaping you in a way, but it's cutting you. It's hurting you. It's dulling you. While this one is just continue to rust away, continuing to just erode. You're not doing anything but becoming the same way. So you can't continue to stay in that situation when God's like, I'm calling you to separate for another magnet match to come in. You're still connected into something that's causing a backfire, that's causing a malfunction. And I'm trying to rip you apart, but you're still trying to stay connected. It's not going to be, right now I'm thinking about a battery. Like, you get think about a battery, and you're trying to get a jump start. God's like, I can't jump start that, baby. I can't revive that. That's dead. That's dead on arrival. No. And I'm just like, are you sure? And he could give you so many examples, but you still questioning it. Y'all, we have to just be obedient so we can receive the reward that is in store for us. Because how we gonna trust God but second guess God or question God in every step of the way? Like, no, I'm not about to do that, because that's gonna embarrass me. Or no, I'm not about to do that, because what I'm gonna do after I do that? And that's where your trust comes in at. Mustard seeds. That's all you need. A little dab of it. Little dab. That's it. A dab will do you. And you good. So if you start your day in faith, and you continue to walk your day with faith and love, and you continue to allow God to just give you the wisdom that you need throughout it to push you through, you will do it. But when you start to feel that your body is rejecting certain things, like you're no longer wanting to be around certain people, like just it's like a bad taste in your mouth, that's a sign. Because God already told you, and he already told you multiple times. But when it comes to like, you start to feel it in your spirit, yeah, it's really time to disconnect. So y'all, I thank y'all for being amazing, shining bright. I want to tell you guys that you are a bright star, no matter who you are. I think I signed off with that a couple days ago too, because I really want you guys to know that you are stars in your own galaxy, in the galaxy that God created for you. Because, you know, if you want, I'm just using the reference as you being a star. But remember, God calls you to have dominion over the things that he called you to have dominion over. So in your land, let's use that one, in your land, remember that we want to mind our land. We want to till our land. We want to make sure that our foundation is firm in order for things to grow up, in order for things to be rooted in God, and also for us to cleanse it. Like, we got to make sure that we're getting rid of the weeds, we're getting rid of the worms, we're getting rid of the bugs, we're getting rid of the things that could damage our garden, right? So y'all, have an amazing day, and just continue to shine love wherever you go. Give that motivational word to that person in that store today. Give that motivational word to that person at the gas station. Give that motivational word to your friend today. Somebody needs it. Somebody needs the gift that dwells somebody needs the gift that dwells inside you. So don't be afraid to share it. Stay bright. Don't forget to like, follow, and share this video. This has been a motivational word with Queen Ro. See you guys later.